I had serious problems in the spiritual world, were attacking me from all sides, but God told me something that marked my life. Everything that is made was made from things that cannot be seen. There are weapons in heaven, spiritual technology that the earth does not know. There are judgments, instruments of war, supernatural forces that are ready to manifest. And when we talk about cataclysms, prophetic events, signs of the times, there are things coming that will shake nations. I have seen visions and received revelations about what is going to happen. God showed me a terrible earthquake coming to Florida, a shaking that will have a violent impact. I also saw war entering Spain. I saw two entrances, two different flanks. I saw a tsunami. I was in Barcelona when I saw it, a tsunami entering the Bilbao area, hitting hard. I also saw how Barcelona would be hit. I was in Madrid praying in the home of a servant of the Lord when the Spirit revealed to me what was coming. I didn't just see the water, I saw the war. I saw the destroyed buildings, as they are now in Ukraine. I saw destruction. In short, I saw my son's father crying when he saw his beloved Spain destroyed because God, in his justice, allows the nations that have become filled with idolatry, that have exchanged their glory for gold and the economy, to be shaken so that they return to him. Idolatrous Spain, the economy, that is their God, and God told me that he is going to destroy it from all four corners, that he is going to shake it until it falls to its knees because it has not repented, and he revealed the same thing to me about the United States. There are 7 states under judgment, 7 states submerged in darkness, full of witchcraft, innocent blood, and ungodly practices. Florida is one of them. There is too much sin there, and Jehovah told me that he will send supernatural judgments. I saw fire, I saw flames, I saw buildings burning. When I prophesied this on my channel, many wrote to me afterwards, amazed because things began to come to pass exactly as I said them, and the worst hasn't even begun yet. God told me, they will build, but I will destroy. They will raise up, but I will tear it down, because Hollywood can build with one hand but with the other the Lord destroys it, because my God, the God of hosts, the man of war, the faithful and true, is looking down from heaven, and everything that was not built on the rock will be destroyed. So he said unto men, keep building, keep raising with your own strength what you think you can control, keep building empires with your human talent while you think that the world is in your hands. But listen carefully, the Lord my God can destroy everything in an instant. Hollywood, you who glorify in your fame and your power in your polluted industry, you who boast of moving masses with images and sounds that emanate corruption, you have understood nothing, because if it does not please him you cannot even take a breath without Christ. You are only a breath, a sigh, even if you think you are eternal, invincible, but you are nothing outside of him. The Lord comes with judgment, with true judgment, and not with empty warnings. He comes with a strong hand, with holy justice, to tear down what the man has built with pride. Once the Lord allowed me to see something that marked my life. He showed me a clear vision, without symbols, without metaphors, a violent earthquake that was going to destroy a specific place in the United States. It was as if the earth itself were opening, as if a deep rift were awakening from the depths of hell. He made me see that there are 2 or 3 regions in the United States that are exactly aligned with a tectonic fault that may have no idea about, but my all-revealing Father showed me that underground structure, as if he had taken me underground. I clearly saw that hidden fault, a rupture line that runs through the country like a latent threat, and not only that, that fault connects directly to a volcano, one that hasn't even been registered by the authorities, a hidden volcano, dormant according to men but known only to God. When that volcano becomes active, part of the United States territory will sink. I saw it plunge into fire, I saw it disappear into lava. Part of the country was turning into a desert of fire and ruin, and while that it was happening, people kept building, believing their plans were firm, but it only took one movement, one order from heaven, for everything to come crashing down. They're mocking God. They're playing with sacred fire. They think they can challenge the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the great I Am. But what many don't understand is that eschatologically, the United States is destined to disappear. Yes, as you hear it on a prophetic level, the United States has an expiration date, and I'm not someone who has formally studied eschatology. I don't have any theological degrees or diplomas. My work comes through revelation. Now, speaking of the United States, I had a very powerful experience related to Donald Trump. It was a conversation in the spirit, a vision as real as this very reality we are in. I was taken before him, not physically, but in a spiritual dimension, and there, face to face, he spoke to me. He said, "Pray for me." When I heard those words, I felt the weight of the clamor. I looked into his eyes and saw behind him 3 dark, powerful figures. They were non-human entities who were watching him, as if making sure I didn't say more than I should. The attack that Donald Trump suffered, the one that everyone knows about, was not with the objective of killing him, was not the real purpose, but to let him know that they had access to him, that they could reach him at any moment, that regardless of the security surrounding him, they could touch him or his family. It was a direct message from those who command in the shadows, those behind the power, because here on earth there are also commanders. There is not only one in heaven, there is not only Jehovah, the man of war. On this earth, there are satanic hierarchies that believe they own the system, and they wanted Trump to know this. They wanted him to know that if he did not align himself with their purpose, his family would pay the consequences. He told me, looked at me with anguish and confessed that he felt that pressure. I told him, "Leave me your number because we can't talk anymore." Here, they are listening, and it was at that moment that I saw the persecution that would come against me because of that revelation, because of that encounter. I saw those entities moving against me. That's why it took me so long to talk about this. That's why I didn't record it before, because the enemy didn't want it to be known. But God kept me safe. He protected me because the people had to know that Donald Trump's life was preserved not by chance but by purpose. He didn't die because the plan wasn't to kill him, it was to warn him, it was to mark him, it was to tell him, "We know you're going to win. But if you don't fall in line, we'll know how to stop you." That was the threat, that was the intimidation strategy. But what they didn't know is that Jehovah was also present, that the children of the kingdom also receive instructions, and that when heaven moves, not even all of hell can stop what God has decreed. Now they knew perfectly well that he would rule. They knew before the election was even decided, because in the United States there is an invisible elite, a power elite that controls every movement that takes place in the nation. There is no law, decree, or even a scandal that occurs without them having foreseen or authorized it. This elite is made up of men and women who do not answer to human governments but to dark spiritual forces aligned directly with the prince of this world, Satan. May the Lord rebuke him. The word is clear, the prince of this world is him, and here on earth he has his emissaries. They do not walk in red, nor do they act as adversaries. They are sophisticated, educated, influential, occupying seats in governments, in corporations, in the media, and many of them are also present here in my land. The Dominican Republic, yes, I say it without fear, in the Dominican Republic too, there is an elite, one that moves in the shadows and has been infiltrating places of power for some time now, in national decisions, in culture, in laws, on altars. But God made me look at something very specific that should awaken the people. Our flag, that of the Dominican Republic, is unique in the world. It has an open Bible in the center, its coat of arms is not closed, it is open to heaven, and its motto reads, God, homeland, and freedom. But I ask you, where is that freedom? Where is that God? Where is that clean homeland? Where is that freedom in Christ who supposedly represents us? Because what is happening right now in our nation is not freedom, it is spiritual slavery, it is demonic oppression, it is brutal manipulation, from within. What is devouring us? God showed me a war that is coming with Haiti, a spiritual war disguised as a human conflict. I saw how ordinary men did not come from the other side, they did not come possessed, they came loaded with 7 or 8 demons inside. They were human bodies full of evil entities, sent with an assignment. It was revealed to me that the weapons the Dominican Republic currently has will be of no use against those beings, because when they shoot and kill the first one, behind that one will come the second, the third, the fourth demons who don't die with bullets. That's why the Lord told me it's urgent to anoint the weapons, not with just any oil, but with covering oil, consecrated oil. After 7 days of fasting and prayer on the mountain, 7 days without food or drink, presenting themselves before the Lord, only then will the angels descend with authority, with a sword and fire, and will play those instruments so that they have an effect on the coming hosts. The war that is approaching is not political, it's spiritual, and it will be a massacre like never before. This country has seen a bloodbath, but the people are asleep, they remain silent, they mock, they don't believe, and meanwhile, high-ranking Satanists are already operating in the nation. They are involved at all levels, infiltrating the government, education, and religious structures. And where is their throne? Where is their spiritual epicenter? In the famous Virgin of High Grace, forgive me whoever is offended, but I say it clearly, that is where they have raised their altar. It's not a devotion, it's a disguised cult. There are a trail of caves throughout the country where child sacrifices and disappearances are taking place, macabre rituals. I have seen it in the spirit. God showed it to me. Judgment. Jehovah is coming. He revealed it to me. He is coming with a drawn sword, and all those Satanists who do not repent, all those sorcerers who continue to deliver souls to Mephistopheles, to Moloch, to Mammon, to Baphomet, will receive their reward, because the God I serve, the living and true God, is the man of war. He has allowed them to operate until now. He has let them act because there are greater purposes, but the time of the rope ends when Jehovah shakes the bush. It will be known who is held and who falls. Prepare yourselves, because the shaking will be strong this year and the next. These are years of death and mourning, years of judgment. Many pastors will fall, some because they are not walking well before God, others because they will not withstand the magnitude of the spiritual war that is coming, because this will intensify in ways never seen before. It's a message of fear, it's an announcement of what has already been determined in heaven. The prophet who goes around preaching blessings and sweet words will have problems if he is not aligned with what's coming. These are the end times, and he who doesn't prophesy truthfully, he who continues deceiving the people with empty words, will fall under judgment. There's also an approaching famine revealed by the Spirit, a global shortage that will begin to hit hard in the United States. That nation that has always been a symbol of abundance will be broken by need. Europe will not be spared. Italy, prepare yourself, what's coming for you is serious. Jehovah showed me clearly. London, your secret tunnels, your hidden sacrifices, all that trash you have buried will be exposed. Your greatest bridge will fall, and when it does, it will kill millions. Jehovah has already decreed what will come upon you. You high-ranking Satanists, don't fool yourselves into believing that you own the world, because even though you manage systems, money and political control, the one who has true dominion is Jehovah, the owner of all hierarchy, the supreme judge, the one who neither sleeps nor rests. I speak this without fear, without a filter. If you want to kill me, go ahead, speed up the process. Do me a favor, because every day I live ready, my clothes are clean, my heart is prepared. I'm not afraid to leave this earth because I know who I am leaving from. I know who gave me the call, who gave me that choir inside, and I'm ready, totally ready. I'm ready, completely ready. There's no fear in me anymore because I know who I belong to. He bought me, sealed me with his blood, and my salvation doesn't depend on anything human. It's him who redeemed me, who raised me from the dust, who restored me, and sent me with power. That's why when I say I'm going with him, I don't say it as a metaphor, I say it as a truth revealed in my spirit. I saw myself flying, I saw myself leaving this earth in a dream that wasn't just any dream, it was a vision, a revelation so vivid that I felt the weight of my body fall away as the heavens opened above me. Ever since that day I live waiting for someone to dare to send me before my time. I say it without fear. Send me. Do it because all you would be doing is a favor. You would free me from the process of this earth to enter eternity with my Father. You who believe you have power over life and death, those who have killed prophets, those who have persecuted servants of the Most High, don't you understand that children of God are not killed, their encounter is brought forward? Yes, you have. You have tried with me, not once or twice, In many places where I have preached, you have prepared traps, ambushes, strategies. But Jehovah does not leave me in ignorance, he reveals it to me. Everything speaks to me in dreams in advance, shows me faces, places, details. He has told me clearly when to stop, when to cancel an event, when not to attend an activity, because he is a God of order, and if he doesn't go with me, I won't move. If the Lord doesn't guard the city, the guard keeps watch in vain. And I have learned that it is better to obey than to sacrifice. He has assigned angels to surround me constantly, but even if he tells me, don't go, I submit because I know who he is, and it is not my place to tempt the Lord my God.